Here goes Facebook. Hello. And Instagram. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. I hope everyone's good. It's day 2 of the launch. Let's just sort these cameras out. Day 2 of the launch of the Adventure Zone. Feeling a bit tired. These launches, they make me tired, hey? But I enjoy connecting with you all. My hair's a bit weird this morning. I enjoy connecting with you all. So, people roll in. I've got my morning coffee. Just woken up. Well, not just woken up. I've had a shower and made my breakfast. Eaten my breakfast, made coffee. All of that stuff. How's everyone doing today? Are you good? You having a good weekend? I hope so. So, let me know where you're watching from when you come in. We're going to do some manifestation work today with you. So, I'm doing this, going live all weekend. I think I'll go live 2 other times today, so catch me later if you don't catch me now, if you're watching the replay. I'll be pulling cards out for you, but I want to talk about manifestation because that's what we're doing in the Adventure Zone. I'm launching my Adventure Zone program again. The doors are open this weekend, so you're welcome to join. If you do join this weekend, you get $250 discount. And I just wanted to add something to it today. So if you joined yesterday, those that joined yesterday got a free guidance reading with me and also my abundance incantation, my personal one that I say every day. This is freaking me out. I've got a weird hair thing going on. And today the special offer is an extra discount. So I'm going to put that on right now. Now the extra discount is only going to be on while I'm on here live. This is why I'm going to put it on right now. I should have done this before, but I didn't think about it. Okay. So because I was giving like freebies yesterday, that are worth, hello Leon, that are worth 200 Australian dollars. What I'm going to do today is give an extra discount. So the price is going down right now. Now this discount is only going to, it's behind the camera, sorry, an extra $200 off. So that was applied just now. If you're already on my website, behealing.com, and you've got that in your cart, just go out again, refresh the screens, and you'll see the new price. So it's gone down an extra $200 right now for while I'm on here live. So I know sometimes when I add value, you know, giving you extra things along with when you sign up, some of you just want the discount, and I get it. Sometimes money's tight, you know. Sometimes we just want the discount. So there it is. On behealing.com, you can read all about my program there, the Adventure Zone. It's a fun place. There's quests. It's full of quests. Take you through a process of not just manifestation. This is different. This is opening you up to the field of potentiality. Removing everything else out of the way. This is getting you aligned with truly what's in your heart and your soul's purpose. And this is then taking you through a process and all the little nuanced ways of getting you in alignment with all of that too. I'm a little bit big on Instagram. Yeah, getting you in alignment with all of that. So it's a fun process. It's full of quests, right? So I've done the process so that you do these quests. And not only that, but you get lifetime access to it. So next week, we'll be going live with all the adventurers, the ones that joined last time when I first launched this program, and everyone that joins this time will be going through it live. And so after each, not after each quest, but after each zone that's got 3 quests in it, I'll be going live, just a private live show to answer your questions, pull cards for you, and do energy healings, and just to make sure that that zone is wrapped up before you move on to the second zone. So it's very interactive kind of a program, and it's a lot of fun. Hey Lisa, how are you? Where are you watching from? Leon? So I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, and I've got YouTube. 3 cameras pointing at me right now. So let me pull a card first of all. I want to pull a card for the collective and see what the guides want to tell us today. We had some information yesterday about Divine Masculine, which was interesting. And then we did a bit of Divine Masculine healing as well. Beautiful. The star, now this reminds us, the star, to have hope and to focus on what it is that we want, right? It's the human condition that we have a subconscious mind and we have a nervous system, and both of them are designed to preserve our life. And so both of them are negatively focused, looking out for problems. But here's the thing, if we're not conscious, if we don't remain present, and there's so many things in life that try and pull us away from that presence, there's so many distractions, then we let the subconscious mind and the nervous system be our default. And so we tend towards negativity. This is why it's so important to get present as much as we can, right? And so this card reminds us that. It reminds us the only way to be positive is to be present. The star, our wishes, our hopes, our desires. What's truly in your heart? Let me know. Let me know, because what is it that you want to manifest, Lisa and Leon? What do you want to manifest? And anyone else that's on here? What would you like to manifest? What do you want next? What's your next adventure? Would you like more money? Would you like a relationship? Would you like better health, fitness? Want to lose some weight? Do you want to have a career change? Would you like to start a business? Would you like to move to a tropical island or somewhere else? Let me know. What is it that you want to manifest? And then the next is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a very open energy. You've got to be open to receive it. So it's a message of being positive, having hope. The way to do that, we don't have to force it. We just have to be present. We are naturally positive. I think human beings are naturally positive, but as I said, we've got subconscious minds and nervous systems that are here to protect us, and they have to be negatively focused. Imagine if you were employing someone like a bodyguard. Imagine if you were employing a bodyguard because your life was always at risk, and that bodyguard was like Pollyanna, just like looking for the best in people. That bodyguard would be useless. That bodyguard needs to be negatively focused, right? And to be wary of everyone, to be thinking like someone's going to pull a gun or someone's going to pull a knife on us, right? And that's what our subconscious mind and our nervous system is like. It's there to protect us. It's there to keep us alive. But human beings, as our consciousness, I think we are all positive. I think we're all positive, and I think just the world that we live in now has so many things that drag us away, that distract us, that drag us away from pure consciousness, from being present. Yeah, and when we're present, we are positive. And so that's the message. And then we need to be open to receive, says the Queen of Cups. I like it. So tell me what it is that you want to manifest, and let's pull some cards for you, and let's move you forward a step. And if you want the full process, then you can sign up on my website, behealing.com. Because today it's $450 off the main price. So yesterday, people that signed up, they got a free private reading with me with $197 and my abundance incantation, my personal abundance incantation. But today, you get the money back. You get the money back instead of the special offers. What would you like to manifest? So I just did my incantation now. I use sage. I light my candle just to light these things. And then sage. And I say part of my incantation. Then I hold my Lemurian crystal, which amplifies energy, to my heart. And then I say a load more things out of my script that I wrote. And then I light the Palo Santo wood. And then I do part of the incantation that is bringing in what I want to manifest. And then I top it all off with the tuning fork. Tuning forks are amazing. I'm really getting into sound healing now. It's so powerful. I've healed a toenail already that for the past 31, 32 years has been growing upwards. I thought it was just permanent, right? You would after like 32 years of having it like that. But it's not permanent. I've been using tuning forks on it. And now a new nail is growing beneath it in the right direction. Incredibly powerful sound healing. I've been using it in my private energy healing sessions as well. So, why are we quiet today? It's usually really busy in the mornings when I come on. A little bit earlier this morning. I thought I'd come on a little bit earlier because I do need to get out to the shop today. Every day lately, I eat an omelette, a 4-egg omelette, and my body absolutely loves eating like that. But I finished my pecorino cheese, and so I need to go and get Parmesan, and it's not available in the immediate vicinity, so I need to ride to another part of the island on my bicycle to get it. For those of you that don't know, I'm Claire Louise, hi. I live on a small tropical island in Thailand, and very simple life here, and beautiful. Of course, it's a beautiful place, an amazing community, my ideal life. It's my ideal life here. But there's some things that we don't have access to. Of course, we can do online shopping and it gets sent here, but we've got supermarkets. They're not supermarkets as you'd know them. Not even close. But we can get a lot of items. The great thing about here is there's not a lot of junk food or anything like that, so we get to not ignore, but we've got more distance than the Western world with those kind of food distractions, let's put it that way. And not just food distractions, just like marketing distractions, So our supermarkets would be what you'd consider like a corner store, Generally just fresh stuff, fruits and vegetables, and then freezers with meats in it and stuff, and fresh eggs, lots and lots of fresh eggs. It's a beautiful way to live. My body loves it, and I've been here for 8 years now. Now, I'm pulling another card out for the collective because you're being so quiet. You're being so quiet. Instagram doesn't tell me how many people are on. I wonder why it keeps that secret. What's up with that? Where is everyone this morning? 8 of Swords is the card that's come out for the collective next. The 8 of Swords it's about us feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling like we're blocked. Okay, so we're dealing with blocks this morning. How are we blocked? Well, maybe you're not blocked, right? Maybe what I was just saying before is what's applying to you. That you're running on default setting. Subconscious mind, nervous system, defaulting to negative. Perhaps you're just not being conscious enough, present enough. And I get it, I get the distractions pull us in to unconsciousness, away from presence. But not just that, we're busy too, right? And so there's only so many opportunities that we have in busy days to be present. So it could be that, but there could also be other blocks too, because this 8 of Swords card, it does refer to beliefs that we have, because swords are thoughts and beliefs that we have that aren't true, right? They're just not true. And it blocks us, when we have these beliefs. So we create our reality, right? I just need to get, I've got a nail file at my desk, right? And I've got a little bit of a snag on my nail. But my nail file is propping up a box that the iPad, the Instagram camera is on. Hey Kina, how are you? I'm just going to grab so it's being used as a prop at the moment, so I need to get another one. Because I don't know, I am really sensitive in my body. I can't have like a hair on my arm or on my neck. And if there's anything going on that's slightly unwanted in my body, it really irritates me. Labels I have to cut out of all my clothes as soon as I get them, because I can't stand having labels in things. Anyone else like that? Anyone super sensitive in the body like that? How are you, Kina? So I pulled a few cards out already for the collective. And the 8 of Swords, we're dealing with blocks. So let's start with me. What would you like to manifest? Everyone, what would you like to manifest next? What's your next adventure? Do you want more money? Do you want a relationship? Do you want a change in career? Do you want to move somewhere else? I'll get my cards out because these cards, I can't remember what they're called now, healing something or other cards. They are very good at getting to the root of blocks of what's going on inside. I've got loads of decks that I use, and there's just certain decks that are my go-tos when I'm asking a specific kind of a question. So right now, I'm asking about me because I'm interested in that Eight of Swords. Are you saying that we've got beliefs about something that is hindering us, right? It's standing in our way. It's kind of blocking us. Encountering conflict. Oh. I don't choose sides. I take a stand. Yes. So it's pointing this out as a block for me, and I understand this. This is because it's so important to me to be the change that I want to see in the world. So much so that I already live like. Excuse me a moment. I already live like the world that I want to live in, right? And I think it's very important to do that. Okay, this is so irritating me. That's better. You know, it's so weird when you're on camera all the time. These things, like when you're having to look at yourself all the time, it's a very unnatural thing to do. But in this job, that's what I have to do. These little things bug me. So encountering conflict is my block, is what the guides are saying. And yeah, so I was saying, it's so important to me to be the change that I want to see. So much so that I'm stubbornly like that. It's like, no, I'm not going to do what works in the current world because I don't want it to work like that. I want it to work like this, and so I'm going to take a stand and be the change that I want to see. I make my life difficult for myself as a result. And I know that, but the guides have like helped me through that. Do you know what I mean? It shifts my reality faster by taking a stand like that. I don't choose sides, I take a stand. But they brought this card out for me, showing that this is my Eight of Swords. This is like what's blocking me. So I'm taking it to extremes that I don't need to, and I need to prioritize myself, is what they're saying. And I already got that message in meditation this morning. Before I did this, I did my incantation. I meditated just before it, and they said to me, sometimes you've got to do what's best for you, Claire. And not not everything be about changing the world, which I'm all about. Because I work for the universe, I'm running this as a business, yes, to help other people, yes. But by far the majority of the spiritual work that I do is for the planet. It's for the whole planet. It's not someone's paying me for it. The universe used to pay me for it. It seems to be struggling amongst the structures that we have in the world now to pay me for that, but hopefully all of that is changing now. Coffee. So, what would you like to manifest? Why is everyone so quiet this morning? It was busy yesterday in the morning. Because I'll pull some cards for you. Say hello. Nobody on YouTube. That's wild. Let's change the name of it. I didn't change the name of it. Would you like some cards pulling? What would you like to manifest? Let's move you forward. Get another card out. Nine of Wands, yes. Nine of Wands energy comes out next. This is for the collective. So the Nine of Wands is all about persevering on a healing journey. So you see she's got all of those wounds, but they're all sewn up, right? They're all sewn up. And so she's doing so well to have healed herself. This is a card of encouragement to continue, to carry on. That healing work that you've been doing on yourself, you're doing really well. And I know it can be frustrating because healing, some people have said, and I used to say, it's like peeling an onion, right? The things come up over and over again, but it's not like an onion, it's more like a spiral. So if you think, we've got all of this stuff going on, and we're like on the lower tier, you know, we haven't healed it yet. And each time you come past a point here, it comes up again. So you're focused on the healing, it comes up, you get triggered, and you do some healing work on it, and then you get on with your life, and then you're spiraling upwards like this. But every time it comes around the front, you get triggered again. And this is like the 9 of Wands concept. Is like, once you're up here, it feels like peeling an onion, but it really isn't, right? Because it's getting easier and easier each time. Each pass of that healing thing gets easier. But we can feel this overwhelming drain when it comes around again. Like, I thought I healed this like last time. We can feel when we're coming to the end of it, and it can make us more despondent than ever when it comes up again. 9 of Wands is saying you're almost there. You're almost there. And so whatever you felt blocked in your manifestations, keep going because you're almost there. Ace of Swords and a heart about yourself will allow you to move forward. Isn't that the way? Often we think we need the information. I see it all the time with the questions that people ask when they ask me for readings. That you want the answers, and you think the answers are in the outside world. Like, what shall I do? Or when is this happening to me? Or when is that person going to come back into my life? Or when am I going to get a job as well? You know, questions like that. And it's all questions about, when is this external thing going to happen? And my readings never address that. Like at the start of the reading, it's like, wrong question. Because I can only tell you what's in your energy right now, and to get you to what it is that you are going to create yourself, right? Because we have the power. Nothing happens to us. Say nothing happens to us, but yeah, I mean, we're living on this planet with a lot of other people, and things do happen to us. But when we're talking about manifesting things, you know, your career change or whatever, or a relationship, all those things that you want, that stuff isn't going to happen to you. We do have random things happen to us, you know, but when we're manifesting things, it doesn't happen to us. And so coming from that perspective of like, I'm making this happen, it's going to happen through me, it's going to happen because of me, is a much more empowered stance to take. And so the Ace of Swords, you might think that this is like an aha, like, oh, I can call that friend that that has some contacts, and they might like know where I can get work or something like that. You might think it's an external aha, but it's not. This card is not that. It's an internal aha. It's a realizing something about yourself. So let's go there. Anyone want to know what their blocks are? Let's get releasing your blocks. Now, this live show and all of the live shows this weekend are all about my program. I always want to say new program. It's new this year. It started in February, the end of February. I've had one intake already, and because I'm running it like a live program, you'll get lifetime access when you sign up, but I run it like a live program so that I'm there with you through it, and we're going rounds, right? So there's already been one round earlier on this year with the first intake, and we're starting another round next week, which is why I'm opening the gates for sign up. Now today I've added an extra $200 off. So yesterday it was $250 off, now it's $450 off, because yesterday those that signed up got a free reading with me worth $197 and my abundance incantation as well. And so instead of giving you freebies today, I wanted to take the money off, because a lot of you are worried about money at the moment, right? And so I get that. So rather than just give you more today, I figured I'd take more money off. So that price has gone down another $200 if you want to sign up today on the second day of this launch. And so, yeah, the live round will be happening starting this next week. So that's fun. What is the Adventure Zone? Well, it is a way of manifesting. It is a system of manifesting. And it's not your usual law of attraction stuff. This is a process that my guides took me through at the start of the year. And it is about removing all the blocks that we have, the healing stuff, which doesn't mean you have to sort all your stuff out first, but getting enough out of the way so that you can sit and open to the field of potentiality. A lot of it is about removing the programming that we've had, or just suspending it for a while you connect. And so I teach you how to do that, first of all. And it's through a series of quests, right? So it's no good you just listening to me, because you need to put it into practice, right? You actually have to do it. So it's in this series of quests. Some of them it's quite a lot of inner work to do, but a lot of them it's just a lot of fun too. Some of them feel like they're repeating as well, but there's slight nuance in it. Like a certain quest will be about getting you into alignment with what it is that you want. And it might seem very similar to a quest that is getting you to, let me have a look. All the different zones. So you get a login to my website, and any programs that you've bought off me, all your stuff will be in that same login. So yeah, you might think that one of the quests might be very similar to another, like when one is building up trust within you and the other is all about alignment. And here's the thing, there's nuance to it, right? And when we learn like law of attraction things that may or may not work for you, it all tends to be lumped into one, right? Not specific steps with like nuanced ways of approaching each one. See, it might be for you that trust is a thing, or it might be letting go of control is a thing for you, or, you know, not necessarily alignment. You might be good at alignment, but there's just this little bit about trusting or about releasing control, right? And that's why it's a nuanced process through these quests. A lot of them are fun quests as well. There's games in there. There are a load of guided meditations as well. It's early, and this is my coffee. So. Brain isn't working on full speed yet. How is everyone? Is everyone going to talk to me? You're all so quiet this morning. What's up? What's up with that? What is it that you want to manifest? Because I want to pull cards out for you and help you. What would you like to manifest next? What is your next adventure? If anyone is interested in joining the adventures there, go ahead to my website, behealing.com. You'll find out information all about it there. Get me more centered there. Lisa, are you still with us? Would you like some cards pulling? This is so strange. This show was really busy yesterday morning. Perhaps the algorithm's like, no, let's not show it to anybody today. I've noticed, like, I started, you might see on my socials, on Facebook and on Instagram, I put out, what I do is when I record today's tarot show for YouTube, my long form, like 15, 20 minute tarot show for the collective every day. When I film that, I make a meme with the card that I deem as like being the foundation of the day. Hello, Claire Louise Salt. You're a Claire Louise too. Cool. Yeah, and I make a meme for it, and then I set that up in Facebook. This is a weird thing because it's Sunday today. It is for me already, anyway. When you do the scheduling on Facebook of posts, it doesn't show you the ones for Sunday. There's this like diary planner that shows all the posts that you've got lined up. But you line them up for Sunday and it doesn't show you them. It's like Sunday is free. And it's so weird. It's like, I presume it's like some kind of Christian weirdness that they apply to Facebook. But, you know, how strange. Don't you think that's really strange to apply some kind of a belief system through the technology so that you can't see scheduled posts on a Sunday? Like, it still puts them out. It's just not in the software for me to be able to see what's there. So I've just got to do it and then have no proof that it's set up. Isn't that weird? I find that very bizarre. Imagine if like stuff from other people's religions are like enforced on us like that. Weirdness. Very, very, very strange. Let's get more cards out. So what's everyone wanting to manifest? What would you like next? What's your next adventure? Do you want a relationship? Do you want your career to get better or different? Changing career? Do you want to move location? Do you want a new house? Do you want a new car? Do you want money? More money? Do you want, I don't know, what is it that you want? What experience do you want? Health. Let me know in the comments because I want to pull cards out. I want to help you. You might have noticed all of my marketing stuff that I put out, I try and make it a win-win situation. Excuse me, showing you how I work. So if you're interested in any private things or in private sessions with me or my teachings, my classes and all of that, so that you know how I work. But also to help you, the marketing stuff actually helps you as well. So it's not us, because I just think, like, what is the point in me doing stuff if it's not useful? And I know a lot of people don't feel like that. They'll hold their energy back until they get something back. But I know I'm being the change that I want to see in the world. I want to be able to live like that. I want us all to be able to live like that. And I think now it's more important than ever to be the change that we want to see in the world, because we are actually creating the new earth at the moment. We're actually creating it. So say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. Rhonda, you're the first person that said hello. 31 minutes I've been on and you're the first person that said, oh no, Lisa said something, but Lisa said hello. Rhonda, relationship and money. Awesome. Well, let's get you some cards out. Let's move you forward. So at the start of this session, the guides told me to tell everybody that we've got to be positive. We don't have to force ourselves to be positive. So we've got to have these wishes that we want and be positive about it. We are naturally positive as human beings. And you might think that we're not. But I'll tell you what's negative about us. Our subconscious mind and our nervous system, they're bouncers. They are like our bodyguards. They are there to look out for danger. They are negatively focused. So the only thing that makes us negative is going unconscious. It's not being present, because then we go to the default subconscious mind and the nervous system and we let that run. And that makes us feel like we're negative. Chesterfield, Virginia. Cool. So, that being said, in order to be positive, we don't need to force ourselves. We don't need to force ourselves to be positive. We don't need to force ourselves to pretend that something is good when it's actually bad. We can be real about life. There's a lot of terrible things. There's a lot of things that we don't like. There's a lot of all kinds of things in the world, and we need to be real about that. But when it comes to our wishes, we need to be positive about that, and we don't need to force ourselves to be positive about that and ignore the blocks or ignore how frustrated we are that we're not getting it. It's not about that. It's not about ignoring that stuff. It's just about being present with it. If you're present with it, you're just getting the negative parts of you out of the way, the subconscious mind and the nervous system, and you're letting yourself. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Sydney. Lindsay from Sydney. Hello. So let's move Rhonda forward then. Rhonda wants, what was it, relationship first? Same card came out before. And a horror about yourself. I'm trying to do something on the phone with my mouse for my Mac. Relationship first, okay. So, Rhonda, Ace of Swords is about having a horror about yourself that leads you forward. So we're talking about relationship for you and a horror about yourself. Give us more information about that. So it's something about yourself that when you realize it, it's going to open up the path to the relationship that you want. Rewriting the subconscious, yeah. So it's what I was already talking about, the subconscious. We can't rewrite the subconscious. We can't, this is like killing the ego. This is something that we cannot do. We can't rewrite the subconscious. We are the conscious. We're not the subconscious, right? The subconscious is a tool to protect us. It's got to be negatively focused. What use would a bodyguard be if it was Pollyanna and being positive? There would be absolutely no use at all. The bodyguard needs to think the worst of everyone, that everyone's going to pull a gun, and that's what makes them useful. We don't want to change the subconscious. So I'm disagreeing with this card right now, but there's still something in it for you. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I'll feel bad. So we're not trying to reprogram the subconscious so that we can just go in autopilot and not be conscious. What we're trying to do is be present more, because when we're in our consciousness, that is our positive mind, right? Unless you've believed the subconscious for so long that you believe it's you. You believe that you're a negative person. You see, people that are unconscious all the time, people that don't bring themselves into presence, people that just allow themselves to be distracted around people all the time and just like never bringing themselves into the present moment, into that calm, they're going to believe that they're a negative person because it's only the subconscious that's coming through, right? So when it comes to relationships, we're bombarded with a whole load of negativity. We've got to realize that most people are unconscious. Most people are in that default subconscious mode. And so they're being run by all that negativity, and then they post about it and they tell us about it. And if we're soaking all of that up, everyone else's fears, everyone else's subconsciouses that are trying to protect them, we might believe that we really should, we might be picking up other people's subconscious fears, and I should be afraid of that too. And you see, this is the value of exercising presence. Meditation is another way, is one of the ways, right? It's not the only way. We can get ourselves present and aware all different kinds of ways. By focusing on something yourself, by stopping yourself when you realize you've gone unconscious scrolling or something like that, There are a lot of things in the world that do pull us into that unconsciousness. But exercise for me is one of them. Getting into my body and movements with my body is one that really brings me into the present moment. What is it for you, Rhonda? Because we're here to grow and evolve, right? If we're on autopilot, we're not stepping into our power as a human being. Our power is our consciousness. Our consciousness is who we are. And if you're not exercising that, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're just on autopilot going through life, and life's happening to you and stuff's happening to you. So this is asking you to be more conscious about relationships. That sounds so very hippie, doesn't it? But you know what I mean now about being more conscious about relationships. What you think about relationship, not the fears. Yeah, as soon as we try and date or anything like that, the fears are going to come up from all of your ex-relationships and what you need to be looking out for. And that's important. We do need to look out for the red flags. We do need to protect ourselves from narcissists. We need all of that stuff. But don't let it stop you from exercising your conscious mind and going for what it is that you want, because that is out there too. You just have to, you've got to be like Wonder Woman with the bracelets, deflector bracelets, There's that fear here, fear there, boom, boom, boom. I know what it is that I want, and go past all of that. So this is saying like you will get the relationship that you want when you, I just had this vision, right, of like walking through all the distractions, all of the people shouting fears at you, and just like woman on a mission. Now this is what I want, and I'm going for it. Yeah, I know those fears there. Cool, I've got that. I'm going to protect myself from that. Yeah, I already know that. And just going for what it is that you want. And that's great advice for everybody, for everything that we want. The fears are screaming at us more than ever right now. More than ever. Hey Ariana. What is it that you want to manifest? So who else have we got here? Oh, you wanted money too. Well, let's do the money thing now. Let's for Rhonda. Lindsay, what do you want? What do you want to manifest? Money. Let's find out about money. It might be the same message. Let's see. Oh. Rhonda. Yes, okay. Then you get the relationship cards out. Divine Masculine, 2 of Cups. This is your love match. What's that got to do with money? I'm asking you, Rhonda, what has that got to do with money? You have your direct connection with Source and abundance, Source energy, the everything. We all have our direct connection to that. It doesn't come through someone else. So why have relationship cards come out when I'm asking about money for you, Rhonda? Why are you tying those two together? What's that belief? What's that all about? Yeah, we all want money. Let's all have more money, please. We've got changing times at the moment. We can see that. We can see old structures falling apart, and they've needed to fall apart. Excuse me. They've needed to fall apart for a long time, and that is affecting all of us at the moment. Oh, you're writing a novel, Ariana. Manifest discipline. When writing a novel, I've written 11 books. I've published 9 of them. I think 9 of them. Find them all on Amazon. And it's only the first book that I wrote was the only one that I needed discipline to write, because the first book that I wrote was written very differently than the rest. The first book, called The Healing Path Within, I would write probably about four days a week, and I would get myself to sit down and do a bit of it. It's the only time I've ever written a book like that. All the rest of my books were 3 a.m., wake up, a book writing itself in my head, me having to get up and sit at my computer for however long it took, and just getting it all out of my head and in onto it. So channeled, all my books are channeled apart from that. Well, the first one was channeled, but it was written very differently. So I get it. I'm going to help you soon. Money would make things better. But you've got the relationship cards out. That means that you've got a belief that money is tied with relationships. And I think a lot of us have that, right? We've been programmed. We've been programmed about that. We've been programmed that as women, the man's the provider and all of this. And we might have confirmation in our own lives. In order to get money, you've got to be masculine, and it sucks. Imagine if the world was reversed and it was a matriarchy and all the men had to be feminine in order to get money. Imagine that. That would be hard for them, wouldn't it? They still had to build the houses and all of that kind of thing and do that work, but they'd be doing that for free. Because of course they're men and they do that. Of course they should do that, But if they want money, if they want equality, if they want money, then they've got to come home and they've got to do the women's work, right? Imagine how man would deal with that. And so it might seem that we've got confirmation that yes, the man should be the provider, right? But it's only because we've got a system, a patriarchy saying that women have got to be men in order to have money. It's not the truth, you see. You can pick it apart, and it's like, oh no, we've all got... If we just get it back to basics, there's this planet Earth and everyone's born on it, and all the resources of the Earth are for everybody, everything and everybody on the Earth. Not for just certain people that grab those resources and say they're mine and you have to buy them off me. If we get it back to that belief of abundance for everybody, it makes a little bit more sense. That we can just be ourselves, do you know what I mean? And we've got... Hello, Ava. And that we've got sovereignty in that. Anyway, I pulled a couple more cards. Demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. Oh, so yours is tied up with love then. Love and money. It's the same thing. It's source energy. When we open to receiving, we receive it all. Love and money, opportunities. It's all just the same thing, right? It's all energy. So when the gates are open, they're open and we receive. And when they're closed, they're closed. And so, big message for you, Rhonda, to practice being more present, right? With it all. The shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. So the shadow, the fears, the negativity that comes up within you, it's not a wrongness of you. It's showing you what needs to be loved more. So we don't beat ourselves up about that. We love ourselves more there. And I think it's important, especially for women at the moment, to know we are in like the tail end of the patriarchy now, where the patriarchy digs its heels in, and it's like the worse than ever in some respects, and better than ever in other respects. Yes, we should really be feeling it at the moment, because we're getting the evidence of what needs to change, right? On personal levels and on collective levels. Balance is a key to a life of infinite miracles is the other one you've got out. Greeting wellness. It's more about this though, demystifying the darkness. So there's your clues. If you want to take it to the next level, join me in the Adventure Zone, which is launching this weekend. The gates are open. The gates to abundance are open for the Adventure Zone on BeHealing.com. If anyone's interested in joining my program, I've taken another $200 off the price today. Because anyone that signed up yesterday got some freebies worth about $250 yesterday. Instead today, I thought I'd just like take the discount off, because some of you just want like the money instead, right? I get that. Who else have we got? We've got Lindsay in Sydney. New home for Lindsay. You still here, Lindsay? Pop a message and I'll pull some cards if you're still here. What else? What is everyone else manifesting? Anyone on Instagram manifesting something? Let me know. Ariana, you want to know about your novel and discipline? Are you still there? Get some cards out for Ariana. Well, good luck with your novel, Ariana. Interesting. 8 of Pentacles, Ariana. Oh, it's so tricky, isn't it, when we're in our creativity, this? Because 8 of Pentacles is about getting paid what you're worth. This is the thing. This is the thing for anyone that's creative. It's so tricky. I saw this meme a couple of days ago and it really hit me and got me to think about it. And it was someone complaining, why don't artists create the intricate oil paintings anymore that, you know, take them years and years to do? Well, it didn't say that. Why isn't there just like this fine art anymore? And someone pointed out, because that takes years, and like, are you paying them years and years of salary for them to be able to do that? Like no one can do that, because we're not paid what we're worth. We don't have the structures to be able to do that. Nobody's got that, right? If you think back, like universities and stuff used to be the places to bring out creativity and new knowledge and all of that kind of thing. Now they're businesses. Now the businesses, you got to pay to be there. There used to be structures in order to foster these things out of people. Now they're like, no, those people have got to pay for it. You know, it's the complete opposite way around. Everything has become like that. Everything that was a service to us as human beings in order to help us grow have turned into businesses to take stuff from us instead. Isn't that sick? It's horrible. And what the hell have we done? Hell being the literal word to this planet. It's got to change. It's going to change now. So this is a big deal, and I get it. I get it. It's so hard, and I will not stop doing it, being creative, but it is so hard now to take creativity, which is very much a feminine trait, I would say, and then try and put it in a masculine box to sell it, to make it into a business. We have to do that in order to survive, and that sucks. So, let's help. Let's help then. Oh, don't tell us that. The card that came straight out, soothing impatience, has nothing to do but wait. This is something that my guides tell me way too often. You see, I can see these things clearly. I can see that the way the world is, and I can see what I want to happen and what I want to manifest. And they say, Claire, you can't have that at the moment because the environment and the structures in the world are not conducive to that right now. You've got to wait. Oh, no, I don't want to wait. I want to manifest it now. And then you've got another thing that you don't want to hear. There is no problem. There's no problem. Only destiny being revealed. Welcoming surrender. You've got surrender and patience. How annoying. Aries. You know, I'm Taurus, but I'm right on the cusp. And then I've got everything else in Aries. I'm mostly Aries. Yeah. So, I get it. I'm ready for it right now and I'll fight for it, you know? Just waiting for everyone else to catch up. Ooh, looks like a policeman. Someone's just arrived on a big motorbike. Anyone else? Does that help? Let me tell you more about that. How frustrating that we're put as these conscious beings here. We're meant to do this. Are we crazy or something? Us holding this energy of what it is that we want, it makes a difference. It does make a difference. Like the guides have said that to me over and over again. Like you just don't realize how valuable you are holding these energies. It's like, no, this is the way I want it. This is the way that I want it. For us, like, how brave are we to do that? To not fall in line like the rest of the robots, you know? Let's call them robots. You know, just falling in line, going along with those structures, with those control structures. How brave are we to stand away from that and go, no, this is what I want, this is who I am, I've got to be who I am, right? So I hope that's helpful. It's confirmation, right? I've heard it too many times myself from my guys. It's all like, well, you just got away. And he said, like, if you want to receive these things, Claire, you can get it from nature. And I'm showing that over and over again. Like, I don't know whether you've heard this story, but I'm here in the jungle. You can see it a little bit out there. And at the back, there's like this creek and then the hill that goes up the back. But there's fruit trees all around, right? Bananas and papaya. There was this really tall papaya tree out the back there. And I was looking up at it because papayas, you know, long fruits, and the green, and when they start going like yellowy, that's when they're getting ripe. And these were ripening, but the tree was so tall, hey? And I thought, I wonder how the staff are going to get those down. And then I walked from the window where I was like gazing out, thinking about this tree, and then I walked to the kitchen and I was doing something, and I heard this almighty crash. And I went back to the window. You know what had happened? The tree had fallen down. That tree that I'd just been looking at, asking, I wonder how they're going to get it down. It had fallen directly toward my bungalow. And I've got like a, what do you call it? Balcony right there. And the tree was as tall as the distance between the tree and my balcony. And so all the fruit are at the top, and it had fallen, and it had dumped all the fruit right outside my door. It was all right there on my balcony. It's like, wow. I wonder how the staff are going to get those fruit down. And then the tree was like, here you go. And I went out to tell the staff, I'm like, come and look at this. I took them around the side of my bungalow, and all the papaya are there. And of course the tree too. So they cleared the tree up and we shared the fruit. My guides have told me you can receive from nature, because nature is never corrupted, right? It's never corrupted. We can receive from nature. We can receive from any system that has empathy and natural ways. We can receive from people who still have that, you know, empathy and all of that. But structures that are not about that, that are about control and all of that, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to wait until that's gone. Just have to enjoy the process. Yeah. And going with the flow and trusting it too. This is our place. We came here as a change. Everyone that's watching me, we decided to be here for this part, this is what we were born for, especially this year. And we're here to hold that energy. It's like, I liken it to, a lot of us have been through this process of being in terrible romantic relationships, and then now we're noticing the red flags. We can spot narcissism. We're seeing all of these different signs in unhealthy relationships and all of that. We know who we are. We know what positive. We no longer can be gaslit and told that it's us that's the problem. It's like, no, we're not the problem. It's that I just kept on letting those kind of people with those red flags in, right? And so we've got really clear on who we are and what we bring to a relationship and what we want. So much so that, like, I'm cool by myself because I don't want to be in one of those kind of relationships again. And I'll just wait for a relationship that I do want to come in, because I'll spot it, and I'm spotting everything else now. So that process is exactly what we're doing with everything else in the world now. We get to the point where we're like, this is what I want. I know what I offer. I know what I deserve. And I know that I'll recognize it. And I'm just going to hold this energy until it turns up with everything, with our work, with everything in society now. That is our place. That's what we came to do, to hold that energy. And so people say, like, they come to me for like life purpose readings and say, what's my life purpose? And they're thinking within a patriarchy, they're thinking within the systems that we've got, they're thinking like, what's my job? What's my job that's going to bring me money within this system that is completely anti-human? And the guides are like, it's not that. It's not that. And then they talk about, it's to hold this energy. It's to know who we are and what it is that we want, because we're creating that. There is nothing, like, this is what the guides want everyone to know that's listening to me now. So much. And for this to really hit home. We are so powerful as conscious beings, what our minds can create. We are so, so very powerful. And those controlling people, they know that, which is why they try and keep us distracted and shut down. They try and keep us in the subconscious mind, in the nervous system mode, in negativities that will go along with our systems. They do not want us sovereign. They do not want us to realize how powerful we are. Now, we are super, super powerful, but we're not powerful enough in our individuality to be able to use that consciousness and then change like that all of these control structures and everyone else. We're not that powerful. We're very powerful, but we're not that powerful to be able to do that. And sometimes, because we can't manifest what we want within these effed up structures that we've got, we're like, I'm not powerful and I can't do it, and I don't know what's wrong with me that I can't manifest, and I must suck. And the guy's like, no, like, you're right, the cream of the crop, you're right up there. Stop thinking badly of yourself, because you can't work miracles in a messed up system. Don't let that, the impossibility right now, stop you from believing in yourself and your power, because they also want that too. The control structures, they want that too, the controlling types. So we really are in the spiritual battle at the moment, which is why I live on a tropical island, so that I can distance myself from a lot of the things in the world and be as present as possible. Even though I'm not perfect. After I finished work yesterday, I scrolled through reels on Facebook, That's not being present. But what I needed is distraction. I needed to switch off after all of the activity of the day, But being present is what is most important. So if anyone didn't catch you're welcome. If anyone didn't catch what I said at the start, the message at the start was, we have subconscious minds. They are just tools. They're just tools like to keep us alive, like a bouncer, like a bodyguard. They're there to look for the negativity, for what's wrong. They're there to do that. They've got to be like that. A bodyguard would be no use unless it was presuming that everyone's got a gun or a knife and they're about to use it on us, right? It needs to look out for the negativity. So the subconscious mind running in the background is a tool to keep us alive, to look out for negativity, for problems, to save our lives. Nervous system, same thing, wired to negative, looking for the problems and all of that. And that's cool. They're great as tools. Who we really are is our consciousness, though. But here's the thing. If we go through life and we are just like... If we go through life and we're just distracted and scrolling and going to work and not being present. We're always in that default subconscious mind setting, and so we're going to think that we're negative. We will be negative. If we are not exercising that present conscious mind more than we're in the default scrolling setting, scrolling or distracted or shopping, or all of those things are distractions, then we're going to be predominantly negative. And we're not negative. We're not. Our conscious minds are not negative. We're positive. Human beings are positive. But we have to be present in order to be our human selves. You need to move back to the jungle. So nice. Islands. I love living on islands. This is a very small island. This is like 8 kilometers by 4 kilometers. Very small place. I ride my bicycle around. We don't have we have shops, but there are just small things, you know. We have shops that call themselves supermarkets, but they're not what you'd call supermarkets. It's a simple way of living. There's an amazing community here. And there's also a lot of tourists too. So there is a bit of craziness. Hello, new Heather. What are you manifesting? Yeah, if anyone's new on, let me know what you're manifesting. And let me help you out with that. So yeah, going back to it, the original, when I first started this, and you can watch the replay if you want to hear me say it, we are not negative people. And I think when we're trying to figure it out, how to be positive, we do it incorrectly. We try and ignore the things that are wrong, so we're not seeing reality. We're trying to, be Pollyanna and say that everything is positive when it's not. We need to be present enough to be real about, the terrible things that are going on in the world and whatever. Like being real about whatever's going on. That's not being negative. And when we think about what we want in life, our wishes, our desires, what we're trying to manifest, we need to be positive with our conscious mind and put subconscious mind in its place. We're not that. So a lot of people, when they're thinking about what it is that they want to manifest, they think that they're negative about it. They think that these fears are real, but that's just what you can't believe the bodyguard, The bodyguard is there to do a job, but you don't believe that that's you. So imagine having a bodyguard, and it's like, because you want to go to a shop, you want to go between the car and a shop, and you're really famous or something, and you've got a bodyguard to get you between there. But you get out of the car, and then there's all this, there's all these people around, and the bodyguards are around you, but you start believing the bodyguards, and you give up on going to the shop, and you're like, I can't get to the shop because there's all of these people, and they've all got knives. Instead of trusting that the bodyguards have got you, trusting that the subconscious mind and all its fears, it's looking out for everything, it's protecting you, so that you don't need to, so that your consciousness can be focused on where you're going. I've got a subconscious mind, and I've got a nervous system that I've focused on all the problems that can happen, so consciously I can just get myself to that shop. You want to manifest more money? Yeah, let's manifest more money. Okay, let's get some cards out for you, Heather. New Heather. What was the old Heather like, I wonder? I like that. I like that they've called yourself New Heather. I think everyone needs to do that. I think it's such a powerful thing to be conscious about ourselves, to be conscious about our consciousness. In other words, remember that card came out, the Ace of Swords, and a heart about ourselves leads us on a new path. I can be conscious about myself. I can draw a line in the sand. That was old Claire. New Claire, she knows who she is, and she knows that she's positive, and she can head toward her goals and her dreams now, and let those fears do what they're doing and protecting me, and I don't need to be involved in that because the subconscious has got it. That isn't killing the ego. That's not killing the subconscious. Like, so many people have got that wrong. Like, the subconscious has got these fears, and I believe those fears, so let's kill the subconscious. That's like, the bodyguards are causing the problem, let's kill them. No, that's not a good idea, right? Okay, you're now divorced. Old Heather was a narcissist husband, 18 years. That's a big lesson, isn't it? I did a year with a narcissist. That was enough. Wow. Well, good for you that you're out of that. Ah, it's your time to receive now. Queen of Cups is the card that you've got. So yeah, I do love that concept of like new. It's like turning the page of a chapter, right? And deciding from here on out, I'm a new person. I'm a new person. Hello. Okay, Heather, Queen of Cups. Your time to receive, be open to receive, allowing people to do stuff for you. Now, what is your subconscious mind screaming at you? Your subconscious mind is screaming at you, I got to protect myself, right? When we've been with narcissists, we are hyper vigilant, right, for all of that. You're not going to be trusting, of course. You weren't safe to receive from a narcissist. Wow, they make you pay for it, don't they? If they somehow do something for you or give you something, they'll make you pay for it. It's like you've conned them into doing something for you, and they really get annoyed that you've got one over at them on them. So, money. So yeah, be gentle with yourself. Don't try and clear that up really fast. We can do some energy work on you though. So it's your time to receive, opening up to receive. That's not receiving from just anyone. Like I said, we know there's some people that aren't safe to receive from at all. Like, watch out if you accept anything from those kinds of people. Nice. And then you've got the female version of the Emperor. So this is you stepping into that more empowered energy and taking charge. You being the one in charge now. So it's not been long, okay? How long ago was it, your divorce? When did you get out of that situation? Because it does take time for us to repair and find ourselves again, especially from relationships with narcissists. Especially from them. Who else have we got on? Let's get you one of these cards out too. Heather, anything to help her in that process? A year ago. You're getting there then. Do you feel more empowered now, Heather? Do you feel like you're finding that source of power and, control within your own life? I mean, that's what narcissists do, right? They want all the control. You've got rewriting the subconscious again as well. Rewriting the subconscious, we can't do that. We don't need to convince the bodyguard that they're not here to protect us and they don't need to be scared. That is not. You see, there's so many things that spirituality has got wrong like that. We don't need to rewrite the subconscious, but what is the message on this? The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I'll feel bad. Yeah. So just noticing that, how much better you feel, right? You got to feel so much better. I mean, when we first get away from the narcissist, we feel a relief, don't we? And there's a bit of a crash that happens, right? Because we've had to hold our energy up there for so long that we have a bit of a crash, and then we start rebuilding ourselves again. I mean, I saw that just after a year, but I couldn't imagine 18 years of it. That's a lot. It's a lot to put up with. So I just want to help you out a little bit there with a bit of energy work. If you'd like me to do that, let's do it. I'm just going to do a bit of a clearing on you. And for anyone that doesn't know, I am in launch this weekend. The gates are open to my Adventure Zone program, which is you have lifetime access when you sign up for it. And today I've taken an extra $200 off the price. So yesterday, anyone that signed up, they got $250 worth of freebies along with signing up. And today, you just get the money off, because I know a lot of people are worried about the money at the moment. And so if you want to take this to the next level, go to behealing.com. You can sign up for that. So Heather, just using this smoke to clear your energy here. I'm going to use some sound healing on you as well. So yeah, on behealing.com you can get my readings, energy healings and all of that. while I'm on here live, I want to help you all out. So cleared your energy there. I'm just going to take it a step further. Now, the sound healing is working on your bioelectric field. So we are electromagnetic beings, right? We have these fields around us, and it's like a big donut, like toroidal field around us. And some of us got very big toroidal fields, but that field is it shows like what you're open to, what you're not open to. So for example, a few days ago I was working on mine, and I was looking at my receiving, right, and my left side was all crumpled in with regards to receiving. And so what I'm going to do now is just go around that toroidal field that's around you. I do it like in proxy, like there's a mini version of you in front of me. And you might hear, I don't know whether the microphones are that good. It'll be better on YouTube. You might hear changes in tones in this as I go around. So you've got something there. I don't know if you can hear that, the difference there. It's around your creativity. I'm just going to clear that out. Okay. So I was just working on your chakras there, and there was something around your creativity, your sacral chakra. I don't know if you could hear it, but the tone changed. As I was going through your chakras, I could hear the tone of this fork changing. And so when using this sound healing, there can be like just a tone like that, which is clear and it's even. And then when you move it around, you can find these like stagnancies or weird energy or something stuck there, and get things moving. I got these tuning forks a few weeks ago. You heard it, cool. And yeah, playing with them for me has been amazing. So I've got frozen shoulders from menopause, and they're almost better now. So this is why I got them, because when I heard about this sound healing, I thought, I think that's going to work really well for frozen shoulder, and it has been. But I also had, when I was 23, I'm 54 now, when I was 23, I started running, and I used to wear a toe ring. And when I was running one day, the toe ring went underneath my nail and lifted the nail up, and it damaged the nail bed. And ever since, one of my toenails has grown like upwards or at a high angle kind of thing, and I've always needed to like grind it down that way. It is a bit painful as well. So when my tuning forks first arrived, and I was playing around my electromagnetic field with it and all of that, and my chakras, and just messing around with it, and on my shoulders, I toned it like this, and then put it like on my nail bed like this, of that toe, just a few times. Then a few days later, the skin around the nail bed went red and a bit inflamed, and the top layer of the skin was peeling off. Like sometimes when you get inflammation with eczema or psoriasis, if you've ever experienced that, it was a bit like that. It gone all red and a little bit inflamed, and just like a papery layer of skin was coming off. And I thought, that's weird. And then the nail started breaking up and like falling away, and I'd have to grind little bits off. And then I noticed a new nail, straight nail, has grown underneath it. It blew my mind. I mean, and I'm all about healing. I've been healing for a long time, and I've done some amazing things. But to see that I've had for like 32 years just heal itself because of putting a tuning fork on it a few times, I'm like, wow. So I incorporate them now into all of my energy healing work. They're really powerful. There's something about it, especially the gentleness. There was someone that said, was it Einstein or was it someone else? Was it Tesla that said, the right frequency can heal anything, or something like that. It's completely ruining someone's quote there, but it's something like that, and there is something in it about frequencies. You know, a lot of my work throughout the years has been purely spiritual, and I always used to see it as my guides up there somewhere. You know, we've had this belief, haven't we, that of the heavens, and they're up there, and our guides are on some other better planet up there somewhere. And now I'm seeing that as a different perspective, that the dimensions are right here, like pages next to each other. My guides are not up there, they're right here, they're right next to me. And they reminded me, I have all of these clair gifts, right? Clairaudience, clairsentience, all of those, clairvoyance. Because of my abusive childhood, I've got post-traumatic stress disorder. Hardly bothers me anymore, which is great. But because of that, I wasn't too keen on my clairvoyance. My clairvoyance gift had me seeing dead people, had me seeing all kinds of things, and it was freaking me out. It would trigger my PTSD. It was just too much. It's like, guys, I've got trauma. I've got unhealed trauma. Go easy on me. I can't have this. Take that away. I am very happy to use my gifts to help people. I'm all about that. Willing, happy, here for it. But the clairvoyance, it's like, oh. Anyway, I got them to take it away. I did a deal with them. Got them to take it away, so I couldn't see that anymore. And now I'm wondering whether I'm ready to see it all again, because I'm interested. I've got this new perception of how it all is. And, you know, human beings, we've only got like a very small part of the visible light spectrum available to us, and there's all of this other light, and we can only see this amount. Some of us can see a little bit more, right, than others. But what if we could see much more than that? And my cat's right out there on the balcony at the moment, having a little sleep with her foot hanging off the banister. But I know cats can see different frequencies, right? Now, it'd be amazing for me to have the experience of seeing like a cat and seeing what they see. Because we know, right? If you've got a cat, they're looking around at all kinds of things around the room, right? Because they're with us. So every dimension is right here, right now, around us, not somewhere else, right? So getting my head around that was something. And also the Earth's frequencies too. It's like, what am I tapping into? Where is this information that I'm getting? I always thought it was like up there in the ether. But now I'm seeing like, no, it's here on the Earth. The Earth's holding it, right? Collective consciousness, Schumann resonances. The Earth's resonating the same as our minds. I used to be a neurotherapist. Those frequencies, those brain frequencies, that's what the Earth is resonating to. So is that the Earth is herself holding our collective consciousness? You got two cats. Cool. Yeah, and so we're really, you know, my guys always used to tell me, you're not alone. Not to freak me out, but really, I get it now. They're all around me, right? Someone told me years ago, someone with clairvoyance, they were like, at me, they're like, do you realize you have like hundreds of cats around you? You've got spirit cats, like so many of them all around you. And that it doesn't surprise me. I am a cat magnet. Wherever I go, the cats come running out and come to greet me. Yesterday, it was hilarious. I was picking up 2 parcels that arrived for me just down here. I live in a resort, so down at reception there, and I walked down to it. And on the way back, there's a black and white cat walking past me in the opposite direction. I've known it for years. And so I just said hi when I was walking past, and they went, hello. But usually they come running and sometimes batting my legs and stuff like that. Cats adore me. But yeah, I've got a collection of spirit cats around me, which is cool. But I also have all my guides around me as well. And you do too. And they're all here right now. We're just not aware of it. And I think we're going to become more aware. More aware. I do. I love the personalities. I love the way that they're like, the relationship they have with us as well. That whole, they're here to protect us, right? The way that they follow you to the bathroom and think it's their job to protect you there. And also bring food as well. I'm not so keen on that part of it. But yeah, it's a very interesting relationship that we have with cats. Okay, anyone else? Anyone on YouTube? Say hello. Why is no one chatting on YouTube? Or is it just that I can't see the chat? Let me just refresh. Sometimes the chats don't show, right? Or are you just all being quiet? No, why is nobody typing? It makes me feel like there's something wrong with YouTube chat. You're not all typing anything. What's going on? Say hello. It was so busy yesterday morning on the live that I did yesterday morning. I thought it was going to be busy this morning, and it's not. So odd. Okay, what else do we want to know? Want to know more about me, my programs and all of that? Go to behealing.com. The reason I'm going live so much this weekend is because I'm relaunching my Adventure Zone program, and so it's $450 off today if you want to sign up. Get the gates. The doors will be closed again tomorrow morning, around this time tomorrow, about 24 hours. So we're in the last 24 hours of it now. If you want to sign up, would love to have you in there. Join the group of adventurers, and yeah, I'm in there to support you. It's my biggest program, the one that you know, I'm really invested in the people that are in there, and I'll help you through all of this stuff. You've been following me for years, cool. I'm on Koh Tao, which is in Thailand. Little island. I came traveling, like 8-9 years ago, all around East Asia. And when I got to this island, I'm like, this is it. I love it. And so I stayed. At first, I was on like tourist visas and had to leave the country every 3 months to get a new visa. And then when COVID happened, they just kept on rolling our visas forward, you know. Last minute all the time, they'd roll our visas forward. Like, do I have to be out of the country tomorrow? Or, and then they would announce it on the day off. I don't think they realised how much stress they were causing us all at that time, but that they were rolling our visas forward. And then, so when that all finished, or when I preempted it finishing, thinking that visa roll forward is going to finish, I got myself a year-long visa as a volunteer visa. They don't do those anymore. But I needed a bridging visa anyway, from a tourist visa to my retirement visa, because once you're 50, you get a retirement visa. So the last 4 years I've been on a retirement visa, which means I don't need to leave the country. I can just apply for it each year and stay, which is awesome. Very happy here. It's an amazing place to live. And so I'm doing this Be Healing work, and also helping manage a Muay Thai gym. That's one of my passions. So let's get some more cards out. That's what I love doing. Any more messages for us, for the collective? Be Healing. I called it Be Healing because I'm focused on helping people heal, you know, emotionally and all of that kind of stuff. Because the first card that's come out here, nice, 9 of Wands, it's all about healing. It's about persisting, because we've healed so much within ourselves. To get ourselves to this place of being comfortable with ourselves, knowing who we are, knowing what we want. I think all of us knew that it was going to take a lot of healing to be born on this planet. and all the craziness and everything that you have to put up with. And then you need to heal from that. I've taken issues with my guides on this, because I know none of it that I've had to learn in this lifetime was brought with me. It's all resulting from what I went through in this lifetime. And so I said to my guys, what kind of sick game is this? You say, like, we're here to grow and learn, but the only growth that I've had is having to repair myself from the things that happened to me on this planet. Like, what's that about? Because I know it's not my karma. I could feel straight away it's not my karma. You know, as a child, I could tell what was the truth and what wasn't the truth when I was being brought up a Catholic and told that I was evil because I was a woman. And that I was bad just for being born. I'm a sinner. And I'm like, but that's not true, is it? I could feel that none of that was true, you see. So I could feel like how cleanly I came in. But then all this stuff happened to me. And so I was having to heal myself from all of that. You know, it just seems like if it's a game, if it's this game of consciousness, what's the point? You get hurt and then you got to recover from it. That's a sick game, right? So having this conversation with my guides, and they're like, no, you're kind of right, but you're kind of wrong. You came here to do that. We came here knowing that this was going to happen, that this is the densest planet ever. This is the hardest dimension to be in. And we knew it was going to hurt, but we knew that we had what it takes to heal ourselves and repair from that. So, and we gave ourselves enough time to get to this point right now. I was ready a little early, because I usually am. For this year, you know, for this year in particular, which is the start of these massive shifts. Well, it's kind of already started, you know, it's in progress already, but this is where we really feel it happening, right? So we all meant to get ourselves to this place within ourselves of being healed enough, knowing ourselves enough, centered enough, happy enough to be ready for what's coming, which is better things, better times. And then we got the Judgment card out. This is the calling. So the angel blows the trumpet. Everybody, it's time. Are you ready? Yes, we're ready. We're ready. Bring it on. The change that so many of us, the changes that so many of us have seen are sorely needed. It's time. And that's why at the start of this year, my guide said, okay, it's go time, Claire. Let's help them all now. Because I know, and I've known for years that I'm a leader of leaders, right? You're all leaders. Everyone watching me is a leader in consciousness. Not like I'm going to be president or whatever. Not in the control structures. Not a leader in a control kind of a way. A leader in consciousness. And I know that I'm a leader of leaders in that respect. I go first. I do it for myself. I help other people with it. It's what I've always been about. And so now this trumpet sounds and they're like, okay, my guys said, it's go time, Claire. Which is why I put together the Adventure Zone, to make it fun. Because it should be fun. Life should be good for us, right? And we're going through two simultaneous things happening at the moment. It getting better and better. And the pushback from that, the control structures, is getting worse and worse. Which is good, because that is going to disintegrate. Well, let's get some cards out about that. But the calling is now. And so yeah, they got me to put that program together. And then the other programs that I've put together since that are on my website, beahealing.com. They're just like this little specific helps to go with it. But this Adventure Zone is my main program, you know, to help you all through. So I'd love to have you as part of that. So tell us more about that. Oh, beautiful. Ace of Cups. This is a new feeling. Much better feeling. It's the card, if in a relationship reading, it's the card of falling in love, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Aces, new stuff, cups, about the heart. And it's all about feeling so much better. These are the things that we can look forward to. Ooh, female version of the King of Wands. That's the other thing that's going on as well, is we're moving away from patriarchy. Patriarchy has been about the control. We're not moving towards matriarchy, I don't think. Anyway, I think we're moving toward equals. But I think that the feminine is a natural leader. We know that, right? We are the natural leaders. We're natural leaders within the home, within all kinds of things. We've got the big picture in our minds of like doing good for everyone. Generally, I know not all women, but and I know that some men hold this energy too. But generally, the woman is best in the leadership role as a result. King of Wands energy is that. The King of Wands, this female version of the King of Wands. The King of Wands knows what they want, right? They know what they want and they're going to go after it. That's that image of, you know, going from the car to the shop with all of the bodyguards around you, and you letting the bodyguards or the subconscious mind or the fears do their work while you are consciously headed toward where you're going. That is the King of Wands energy. It's often the entrepreneur, you see, the King of Wands. It can be the one that walks all over everyone going, I know what it is that I want and I'm going to get it. In a romantic reading, it can be like, you're mine kind of an energy, you know? When someone claims you, like the narcissist claims you, it can be a narcissistic energy. It doesn't have to be though, and it's not in this case. It is that on a mission in your full power, Wands power, and claiming that. And a lot of us have been working on our empowerment, especially in the last 10 years, I would say, 5 or 10 years. A lot of my readings have been about that empowerment, and it's important for us to step into our spiritual power now. A lot of the spiritual texts and what we've been learning, like about prayer, and you see it in the New Age stuff and you see it in the Law of Attraction stuff, it's still got this nice part of it. Be nice, be grateful, and all of that kind of stuff. There's nothing powerful about that. It can be, but a lot of it is to push your true power down. Yeah? A lot of it has, that belief has just filtered through. It's just been continued on because there's something kind of good about gratitude. But it's filtered through from the religions that were trying to control people, to not have you stand in your power. Which is why a bleed through from religious beliefs has been like, it's not okay to be angry, be grateful and be nice, you know. We don't need or want to be nice right now. We need to step into our spiritual power, right? The spiritual warriors that we are, and that's that King of Wands energy. Oh, and then we've got the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is the happily ever after. It's a beautiful energy. Can often denote like meeting your person and coming together. You know, it could be coming together in groups as well, but where our hearts are truly satisfied. It's like the heaven on earth card, the Ten of Cups. We're headed there. We're going to get there. It's going to be a very interesting time in the next few years, I would say, but this year in particular. And you know, we're not in this by ourselves either. We have all of us. You have me. I would love to welcome you into the Adventure Zone as well. But not just that. We've got Mother Earth. We've got Father Sun. We have so many beings interested in us right now and what we're going through and helping us as well. And they're all around us and they're right here. Not in a scary way. Some of you might be aware, you might not be aware, that I've also started a new YouTube channel called Claire Louise Hay Official. youtube.com/Claire Louise Hay Official with no spaces in between it. Because, you know, I was doing channeling of the Galactic Council of Light. They started working with me a few weeks ago. Started coming to me a few weeks ago. And it's quite different than my tarot stuff and the healing stuff. The meditations that kind of went with that. So I've separated that out for another channel so that my Be a Healing channel is purely tarot. The pick a card reads and the today's tarot. So you might all be interested in that, but yeah, they're opening me up and telling me all kinds of things about disclosure and aliens and all of that kind of stuff, because that's going to be a big step in all of this, us expanding our vision. We're ready for it now, right? For that information. And again, the control structures have been trying to keep it for themselves, been doing deals with all the aliens who are here, and they're living on Earth, in Earth. They're here and have been here for a very long time. But governments and armies in particular, and even certain parts of the armies have been doing these deals with them for their technology, to learn about their technology, and in return, some of it is going to make us so angry when we find out what they've been giving them in return. But they've been preparing me and letting me know about all of this, especially the alien stuff, which, it's new to me, this. I've never been attracted to all of that conspiracy stuff and all of that kind of stuff before. And now they're like, you need to look into this, Claire, and like, they are here and this is happening, and we're getting ready now for this to come out so that we can actually all work together. You see, the armies, the ones that have been dealing with them, have been taking the aliens' technology, which is far in advance of ours, not using it for the good of everybody. No, they want to use it to harm everybody. They want to use it as weapons. That's why they've been secretive about it, and they don't want it to come out. So instead of like it helping us as a human race, it's used against us as usual, right? So yes, big changes coming up with all of that. Hello, anyone else new coming, joining? If you want to manifest something, let me know. I'd love to pull some cards out for you and help you forward in that. I'm in the middle of a launch this weekend of my Adventure Zone program, which is my biggest program on BeHealing.com, where I take people through a load of quests and a load of different zones with the different quests in it, for you to not just hear about this wisdom, but also put it into practice so that you can master it yourself. And it is a guide to shifting dimensions, is what it is. But it's taking you through the personal process of getting aligned with who you are, releasing all the blocks, and then focusing on what's truly in your heart, your part of this, and then getting rid of all of the programming that we've had to open you up to the field of potentiality, and then getting you aligned with those things and expanded in those things. So it's like Law of Attraction on steroids, but in quest form, and it's fun, and we do it together. And the new live round is starting. You get lifetime access. The next live round is starting next week. So I do it alongside of you, and I go live, and so you can join me and get your questions answered, so that we get you cleanly through each phase, each zone, before you move on to the next one. And so if you'd like to join us on that, visit BeHealing.com. You get an extra $200 off. So all weekend it's been $250 off the regular price, but today only there's another $200 off. So instead of getting extra freebies with it, like you did yesterday, you got $250 worth of freebies with it. Now it's extra $200 off, so it's $450 off. The doors will close in about 24 hours, so get yourself in. Get yourself in today. And if you want me to get you on that first step, I'll pull some cards out for you now. So let me know what it is that you're manifesting. What do you want to manifest next? What's your next adventure? Would you like more money? Would you like a change in your career? Would you like to start your own business? Would you like a relationship? I need to close the curtains. The sun's coming out. It's early morning for me here. And the sun's coming through. What would you like? What's your next adventure? Do you want health? Do you want to lose some weight? Do you want to get super fit? Do you want to be a professional athlete? Would you like a car? We had a few people wanting cars yesterday. What would you like? What would you like next? Dream big. Ask for what it is that you want. You're allowed to talk, everybody on YouTube, you don't have to be silent. What would you like? And I'll pull some cards for you. Oh. fun? Do you want more joy in your life? I dropped the card on the floor. It's the Page of Cups. And it got stuck on my grounding mat that's underneath my desk. The Page of Cups is about thinking positively, dreaming big. It's often the pigs might fly, the fish looking out of the cup, you know? It's the thinking outside of the box, dreaming beyond what you've already had. A lot of people, when they're thinking about what is it that you'd like, we think within the confines of the structures that we've already got in place, you know? Oh, I'd like this amount of money or that promotion, always within the confines of what we already know and what we've already experienced. Page of Cups asks us to think beyond that. Think beyond that. Like, what if all of those structures weren't in place? What do you truly want? What does your heart truly want? Because often it is, you know what I mean? It's like if you want a new partner, you might say, and you're trying to find one through Tinder, say, or like on any kind of dating site, you might be like, I would like 3 dates a week, you know? You might be thinking small like that. This isn't about that. This is thinking much bigger. This is like, now what kind of relationship do you want? Like what are you and your perfect partner going to do together, and all of that kind of thing is way bigger. I find that when people say what it is that they want, it's like a lot of people have said money, right, to this morning. You want more money. Well, what is it that you truly want? You know, because money is what? It's within the structures that we've got at the moment. Is it really, do you really want to live within these structures and have more money so that you can play within these structures? Or does this structures really suck and you would much rather that the money wasn't there and that instead you had everything that you wanted and needed to be completely creative and everything showed up at once? Would you like more money, or would you like a magic touch of everything that you need in any moment just showing up in front of you magically? That's the Page of Cups, right? And that to me is true abundance. True abundance is not having a stack of money in the bank so that you can take care of yourself within and be completely unmagical. Do you know what I mean? It's like the difference between manifestation and insurance. Like, you can have insurance, you can have a massive amount of money in the bank if you want, and have no magic happen. Or you can live a truly abundant life where everything shows up for you. What about that? Is that what you truly want, you know? Because a lot of people are asking for money, but your soul might be asking for you to walk through this life with true abundance, with amazing things showing up, you know? Something to think about. That's my idea of abundance. Anyway. And I like money, yeah. I like stuff. I like my luxuries. I like skincare, especially at the moment. People are always, it looks worse on these cameras. It looks better on the YouTube one. But for a 54-year-old, my skin is better than it. I used to look older than this. Skincare, I like good skincare. What else do I like to buy? Food, the best of food. I get a lot of my food shipped to me, to this island. Grass-fed organic stuff. Get a big polystyrene box with dry ice around it of organic stuff, you know. I do not scrimp on my food at all. I like to eat for nutrition, so I'd call it an animal-based, nutrition-based way of eating. A load of superfoods and not a load of veggies, some veggies, fruits. I make my own yogurt, all very natural kind of foods anyway, and that's me. So I haven't got anything against money, but I do recognize that there's way more better feeling abundance beyond money too. Now, next card out is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. You see, she's there. She's looking despondent, right? She's sat underneath that umbrella. She's not feeling great. Sun's not out on her. She's waiting for something better to come along. She's waiting for better times, for better systems, better people, a better job, better money, better car, better everything to come along, right? She's passively waiting, going, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. But little does she know, when she's despondent like that and she's looking down, she's not head up and looking around, where is it? Where is it? You know, completely different energy. Where is the abundance? Where is my next step? Where is my person? That image that I gave you of you being a celebrity and you being in a car and you want to go to this shop and there's a load of people around because they want to take photos of you, and you've got, I always want to say bouncers, you've got security guards around you, right? And the security guards are your subconscious mind and your nervous system, always looking out for the problems, always looking out for what's going to kill you, negatively focused, so that you don't have to be, and so that you can get out of that car and you can trust them. And you go and you have your eyes on the shop, and it's like, I'm going into the shop and there's no problems because I've got these protectors around me. And just like that, we have our eyes on what it is that we want, what we truly want to live, trusting that our subconscious mind and our nervous systems are going to look out for the danger and they're going to alert us to it. But we don't need to believe, or we need to believe it a bit, like if they're calling out danger, then we do something about it. But our conscious minds don't need to be thinking and believing all of the scary things that the subconscious mind is thinking, because the bodyguards have got to think like everyone's got a knife, everyone's going to pull a gun, you know. But that's not the truth. That's not the truth. That's why we're not our fears. We're not our fears, right? That's why we need to keep our eyes on what it is that we're looking for and be positive about that. And trust ourselves more, trust our guides, trust our subconscious mind, trust our nervous system to alert us when there is something that we need to watch out for. There's a hole in the pavement, or, you know, whatever. There's a narcissist on the horizon. Trusting that and trusting ourselves and being present. So it's when we're unconscious. It's when we're in automatic mode. Distracted, scrolling, buying things, surrounded by people, busy all the time. That is not us being conscious. It's allowing the subconscious to rule, and that's going to make us believe that we're a negative person, but we're not. We're just not present enough. And the more present we are throughout the day, avoiding those distractions, perhaps meditating, but I don't know, I don't think meditation is the best. Like, I have been meditating for many years and it's amazing, don't get me wrong, but not like every day. You don't need to do it a lot every day. You could do it every day, but not for a long time. It's one way to get present. Another way to get present is just be here and now. Stroke your cat, go walk your dog, look around, don't be on your phone or listening to something, look around, be present. I go out to the pool. Often in the morning I'll go and sit in the pool. Sometimes after I've gone training, I'll go and sit in the pool and I'll watch the dragonflies. There was a new dragonfly the other day, a red one. It's usually all blue ones, right? But the blue ones are the females, and sometimes they're just flying around the pool, playing this game of tag. They all go to like separate, it's a round pool, but they all go to like separate points, and then they come into the middle and just kind of dive bomb each other and go. And then the boys show up. The boys are in yellow, right? And when the boys show up, they grab on, they must bite, I think they bite the tail, right? At the back of the blue one, the girl, and she dips him down into the pool every now and then like this. And then every now and then he'll flip his tail around and make her pregnant. And then they just play this game all the time. That makes me present. That makes me present more than anything else, right? Hey, Carmen. Whereabouts in Australia are you? Yes, you can get some cards out. But first tell me, what is it that you're manifesting? What is your next adventure that you want, Carmen? What would you like? Would you like changing career? Would you like a relationship? Would you like a new job? Would you like to change location? Oh, your message just appeared. What would you like, Carmen? Would love to get you some cards out and help you do that. just let me know. If you're watching on YouTube, you can speak, you know. Be the first person to say something. No one said anything yesterday as well. I did 3 lives yesterday and nobody said a thing on YouTube. It's weird. But everyone's joining in on Instagram and on Facebook. Not as many people today. Last time I did a launch of my Adventure Zone back, I think it was like February, when I first launched it, I did an 8-hour live show non-stop for it. And what I found from learning, like, that's too much. It's too much. It actually went faster than I thought it would. But that there was just like the morning and then around lunchtime, and then like the later part of it was when the majority of people were showing up. So I just figured I'd do 3 a day this time. I love doing lives. Carmen? No? You don't want cards anymore? Well, maybe I'll get out of here then. Now it's quiet. Thank you everyone for showing up. Do visit my website, behealing.com. Book yourself in. Join my class while it's the Adventure Zone, while it's today, while it's $450 off. Would love to have you as part of that program. Join us in that. It's an amazing community. And let's get creating this new earth together. Thank you again. I hope that gave you a lot of help. And I will see you next time. I'm going to be live again a couple of more times today, so do join us later. Bye. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Oh, I had a message there and I didn't even see it. Oh.